What's going on, Raider Nation, and welcome back to another episode of the Raider Critique. I'm Raider Gunn, and yeah, that's right, man. Here we are, Week 13, email game. Washington football team against the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas, Sunday. So, I've got a lot to talk about when it comes to this game. And I'm going to do everything I can not to get all irate, because after last week going against the Cowboys and being on that highest of highs and running around my work and running my mouth, man, it's time to thug up, man. It's time to thug up, because it's time to get these motherfuckers back, because none of them got in trouble. They got a $10 million fine, and they were the ones being investigated. Not only by the NFL, but also by the FBI. And the only thing they got was a $10 million fine, and nobody got fired. Nobody had to get their team released. You know, nobody was gotten rid of at all, except for the Raiders head coach, John Gruden. Now, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to this game. We're going to go over the injury report. So as a matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and hop on over to that. Okay, this is our notable injury report. It is not the full injury report, but we got Deshaun Jackson. His injury is his calf, and he's questionable. Nick Kwiatkowski, his ankle, it's questionable. Carl Nassib with his knee, he is out. Keyshawn Nixon, his ankle, he is questionable. Pat Onwuswar, hamstring, he's out. Man, I hope I didn't butcher his name, but I probably did. Darren Waller, which is one of the big ones, man. His back and his knee is the injury. They called it an IT band or something like that. And he's doubtful. And then Josh Jacobs, with his ankle, he's questionable. Now, a lot of these guys right here on our team, you know, these were the notable ones. Now, of course, there was a long list of guys who were suffering through injuries from weeks prior. And, you know, at least we don't see Trayvon Mullen at all on that report. So it looks like Trayvon Mullen will be having the opportunity to get back into the mix to go ahead and solidify our secondary. Which, hey, if we don't have him, man, I would say put in Desmond Trufant. Desmond Trufant looked really good last week. He's also a long-time Pro Bowler, multiple-time Pro Bowler, that I was actually extremely happy about when we signed him. So, you know, let's go over to the Washington fucktards. Landon Collins, foot, he's out. Tyler Larson, knee, questionable. J.D. McKissick, he's a concussion, he's out. Now, all of these are what was reported as of yesterday. I don't know on whether this is going to change or not, but you already know how the injury report works. But J.D. McKissick, as of Saturday, is out. We have Wes Schweitzer, ankle, He is out. Benjamin St. Just. He's one of their rookie star cornerbacks. Concussion. He is on injured reserve. Curtis Samuel, wide receiver, groin, questionable. Ricky Seals-Jones, hip, questionable. And Eric Flowers, foot, he is also questionable. Now, that's actually a real good sign for us. They've got quite a few guys who actually make up that football team that are going to be either trying to play hurt or they're not playing at all because they're hurt. And, I like to see that Landon Collins is not going to be out there running any spies or basically trying to pick off Derek Carr, because he's one of their star safeties. So, the Washington fucktards are definitely having issues when it comes to injury. Now, this is where we're going to really touch base about this email game. Because we got Jack Del Rio out there running his mouth once more. Now look, you all, if you've been listening to my channel, if you've been listening to my content where I'm bringing everybody in here on the John Gruden Email Chronicles, I have been really harping about how I believe that this Washington fucktard defensive coordinator had a lot to do with John Gruden getting removed from this football team. And now he's out there running his mouth again, saying, Derek doesn't play very good in cold weather. Well, luckily for us, we're playing in a dome in Las Vegas. So at least we don't have to worry about that, Jack Del Fucktard. So, he's actually all been out of shape, running his mouth because he got his bitch ass fired, all for the simple fact that he lost the locker room. Yeah, it's late at night, man, but I'm drinking my coffee. I needed this, especially to do this video. Normally, I'd be all hyped up on Red Bulls, but, coffee will do just fine. It tastes good, and it also looks good in my Raider cup. So, everybody knows Jack Del Rio was here with Reggie McKenzie when Derek Carr was the quarterback. He might know a little bit more about Derek Carr than the rest of us. But I know that we've been watching Derek Carr for quite a while. And Derek Carr has improved quite a bit. Ex-nay the fumbles. He's improved quite a bit as the quarterback since Jack Del Fucktard was here. So, and it even looks like that, Derek Carr is actually kind of mad about what Jack Del Rio has had to say about him in the past. And doing it in the most classiest way that only Derek Carr knows how to do. So, I thought this was a team sport. Thanks, Jack. It's a team game. But I hope he lets it set a fire under his ass so he throws for over 300 yards on this game as well. Basically, Peter rolling the Washington Foreskins and sending them home crying back to their shitty-ass state over in British Columbia or Maryland or whatever you want to call it. I hope he sends Jack Del Rio back packing. And a lot of us do not like John Gruden. We don't like what he had to say, but like I said before, man, he's still family, regardless. And I hope this team comes. He might be the uncle that nobody wants to talk to at the barbecue, but I'm pretty sure that this Raiders team is definitely going to want to shut these motherfuckers up, especially since they were 3/4 of the reason why we've gone through the turmoil that we have gone through during the 2021 NFL season for the Las Vegas Raiders. So, middle finger salute to Jack Del Rio and your Washington fucktard football team. So, but I've also got some bold predictions. Not to mention an actual game score prediction. So, and all of this is going to intertwine on why I believe that the score is going to end up the way it's going to end up, the way I believe it is going to end up. Now, first bold prediction is we haven't had a 100-yard rusher since Peyton Barber. And that was earlier in the season. Josh Jacobs, even though he is on this injury report, okay, with his ankle and he's listed as questionable, I do believe that he is going to play. Because obviously we are going to need him. And even though with the offensive line woes, which I'm not going to harp too much on the offensive line is a decent pass blocking offensive line, but they can't run block worth a fuck. And that's something that we really need to improve. I don't know on whether that's Tom Cable's zone blocking scheme or whatever, but we need to get it together. Brandon Parker is exactly who he is, what we've always known him to be. He's extremely inconsistent, but he gets the job done. But I'm still saying, man, that Josh Jacobs will break over 100 yards for the first time this season, and he's going to do it against this Washington football team. This Washington football team is good up front on their defensive line, but I'm having faith and I'm having hope that our offensive line is going to push on their defensive line, opening the holes for Josh Jacobs to break into the second and third levels of the Washington football team's defense. And I do believe that he is actually going to rush for over 100 yards this game. Now, bold prediction number 2. That, hey, a lot of people, you're going to hate on me for this, but I'm going to say that Jonathan Abram is going to intercept Tyler Heinicke. Tyler Heinicke is a backup quarterback who is coming in for Ryan Fitzpatrick. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, I don't believe, is healed. But even if he was, I still think that they're going to run with Tyler Heinicke. I used to call him Tyler Hanky. At least that's how all the other mainstream media used to call him before he finally got a starting gig and started playing, because most of the time he wouldn't even see the field. But I'm not going to harp on Tyler Heinicke. But I do believe that he doesn't throw a very pretty ball. The guy is extremely dangerous when it comes to getting outside of the numbers and taking off up the field. As a matter of fact, he's got quite a few rush yards, but I do think that this defense is going to step up. I do think that we need to run a spy, and I'm calling for Jonathan Abram to be the man in that spy along with Denzel Perryman. But I do believe that Jonathan Abram is going to shut the rest of us up, because we have been talking so much shit about this guy about, oh, he can't cover. Oh, he's not good in pass coverage. Motherfucker, that's not what he's here for. He's here to lay the goddamn wood. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to hit him. He's supposed to hit him hard. And he's supposed to make snot bubbles come out of the opponent's nose. That's what he's here for. He's not a cover safety. But I do believe that he's going to get an interception this week. And he's going to do it against Tyler Hinkie. Bold prediction number 3, man. The Raiders defense is going to hold the Washington fucktards underneath 100 yards combined. That's right, I'm saying it. They're not even going to break 100 yards on the ground. It's not going to happen. This is the one that I am actually more confident about than every single one of the predictions that I have done for this game. Which it's only 3, but this is the one I feel the most comfortable about, because we need this to happen. We need to shut these bastards down. And we need to do it for them fucking with our season the way they did. Now, yes, they are on a 3-game win streak, but I believe that if this team plays the way they played against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, I'm telling you right now, man, we're going to stomp them. We're going to beat them like the redheaded stepchildren they are, and we're going to send them packing back to Washington with tears in their eyes and shit in their pants. Straight up. And that's exactly how I believe we're going to do it. I think we can do it by stopping the run. I think we can do it by absolutely making Tyler Heinicke very uncomfortable back there, forcing him to run to where Jonathan Abram can light him up like a Christmas tree. And that's why my final score prediction is going to be 35-13. We're going to blow these motherfuckers out. We're going to make Jack Del Rio cry. I hope to God that we blow him out so bad that Jack Del Rio literally fires himself. Because he's not going to be able to withstand or hold our offense underneath 35 points. That's how I feel about it, Raider Nation. That's exactly how I feel about it. I hit the wrong button. Let's get on back over here to my shield. Well, our shield. You know, and I've been on a few live streams. And, you know, we're going to go ahead and go off game here. Hey, it's nice to be back. I didn't realize that I was actually very well liked. I've never really had the self-confidence. You know, it shows in the subscriber count. I've only got maybe 280 plus. I mean, it's not very many subscribers. But that's also from the point of, you know, me being so wishy-washy and not getting on here all the time and not fulfilling the season. And I know that really irritates a lot of Raider Nation. I know that really irritates a lot of you, you know, and I'm sorry about that. There's just been some major things that throughout my life that I had to Raider up on. I had to step away from this channel. I had to step away from what I was doing for the Raider Nation to take care of my own things, you know. And, you know, for that I apologize. But please, don't put all the blame off on me. I just had to Raider up and take care of what I needed to take care of. Well, now I got a guy who's going to go ahead and take care of all of that for me to where I can go ahead, now that I've already done the legwork, I can go ahead and be on here at least 3 times a week with my Tecmo Super Bowl predictions, with the pregame and also the postgame. So, you know, I'm also not working for myself anymore. I went ahead and got a job with some really good guys, and to be honest with you, working for myself and working for these guys is an absolute, it's different, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Definitely wouldn't have it any other way. The people I work for are absolutely awesome, and I tell them every day when I can, I used to work for myself. I was making a butt ton of money every week. And even though I've taken a pay cut, I would rather work for them than work for myself, man. Just a whole hell of a lot less headaches. And, you know, I mean, they give me a brand new truck to go do what I want to do. I drive around now a 2020 F-150 with Bluetooth. So I got all the time in the world to be listening to podcasts. You know, mostly Locked On Raiders and Raiders Fan Radio, and I jump in on Graphics Channel, and I jump in, like I was jumping in on Dirty's channel last night, man. Talking with Terrence and Dirty and Hammer. I mean, it was great. You know, Raider Twan. You know, I mean, the live thing is really cool. It's not really my element when it comes to doing Raider content, but I enjoy it, you know. And, you know, I was also, man, I'm still a musician, and I always lived for getting up on stage, straight up. The music that you're hearing right now is music that I wrote with my band, 12, 13 years ago, you know. The intro that you hear and the outro that you hear on my channel is myself along with my homeboy Russell, who did the lead guitar parts, and his son, who wrote the drum beats for me through Superior Drummer. You know what I mean? So, you know, I still do a lot of the music things, and I've also got a new project going on now. It's more on the lighter side, but my homeboy, my guitarist, my singer, Thomas Cardenas, man, this dude's got the voice of an angel, and the dude sings his ass off, and I really do believe that I have finally found my spot in the music world, especially with this guy right here. And, you know, he's helped me out through a lot of things, man, and soon enough, I'm going to be promoting that music on my channel. And hopefully, I hope you guys like it. It's more of a Seether, Breaking Benjamin style music. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys enjoy that when I finally go ahead to drop it down. And then, of course, my old homeboys, In the Trench, they came out with a new album. And that shit is rocking, man. It is fucking pounding. I really can't wait till they start playing live to where I can get in the pit and throw some elbows. But they better hurry up and do it, man. I'm 41 years old. I'm getting too damn old to be fucking trying to get in the pit. But everybody knows, man. At least all y'all should know, the Raider Critique ain't no bitch. I will get in the pit and throw elbows with the biggest motherfucker in there. You know what I mean? So, I ain't even playing. As a matter of fact, I want to talk to Stuart Schwaggart. I have a proposition for Stuart Schwaggart that I'm hoping that he doesn't refuse. But I really do want to show everybody that average Joes like me, who talk about this shit all the time, man, look, we shouldn't be talking that shit, period, because we don't stack up to NFL football players whatsoever. Even guys who were undrafted, even guys who were in the 7th round, you know. As a matter of fact, I know a dude right now, I know his mama real well, and I got to meet him. His name is Parker Mcneal, and he's the backup quarterback for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. I'm going to be talking with him, man. I'm going to get out there and throw the football with him. I want to see what he's got. But I'm going to tell you what, man, for him being a quarterback, this dude is massive. 6'5", 220. He towers over me. No joke. You know what I mean? But when he was playing in junior college, he was averaging 348.6 yards a game with a 64.9% completion percentage. You know what I mean? And these, you know, he may never, ever get to see the field for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. But man, I'm really pulling for him, man. I hope that he gets all the looks in the world. Comes in as an undrafted free agent, and maybe even pull the Tony Romo, man. You know, come in, do really good, even though being, you know, a late round draft pick, and then wind up being a starter somewhere. So I'm gonna definitely be pulling for him, man, and I'm gonna get, you know, an autographed picture from him. You know, and I mean, and just such a swell guy, man. Such a down-to-earth dude. And his mama's real cool, too. For real. Like, no joke. So anyway, man, that's what's been going on. I'm sorry that I have not been really consistent. Well, you know what? I'm kind of like our football team, man. I'm extremely consistent at being inconsistent, but I promise I'm going to change that. No joke. So make sure, man, that you guys go out there and you check out all the YouTube Raider podcasters. Go give them likes, man. Go give them subscribe. Join the channels if you can. Go and check me out, man. You can catch me every Wednesday. Normally every Wednesday, as long as I'm not working so damn hard, in the Raiders Fan Radio chat room over here on YouTube. Being a clown and hanging out and listening to my favorite podcasters that are out nowadays, which they are. I mean, no disrespect on anybody else, but I'm always so serious when I get on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm always so serious, and it's nice to have the lighter journey to the dark side. You know, sit there and make me crack a smile and make me laugh, man, and also, you know, spit out some history, because that's one thing that they are really good at. They know their shit. Murph, Mosh, Swag Jeff, they know their shit, man. You know, and they put out a lot of knowledge. Just like OG Raider Daniel, man, he puts off a lot of knowledge. Captain Jack puts off a lot of knowledge of what this team is, what the culture is, you know, and how we used to do things and how we still need to keep up with that. Straight up, Raider Nation. So anyway, I'm going to end this episode right now, man. Enjoy the football game tomorrow. Enjoy your families. Enjoy everything that we are experiencing this year, because we are the only football team to ever go through this kind of adversity and still be 6-5 after 13 weeks, and we're about to be 7-5. So like I've always said, man, it's Raider Nation for life.